Look at her. Lily Tomlin. Oh my God. Truly an idol of mine.
Great picture. Well, she's a genius.
Idol of everyone, really, who's in comedy. And now you started working with her in the 70s?
In the 70s, I met her in Chicago, the same club where I met that, Mr. Kelly's.
What an amazing place.
I know. And she was just off of Laugh-In and was doing, her characters, a show that she now does and calls a classic evening of Lily Tomlin.
Oh, a classic evening.
A lot of old stuff. Some of which I wrote. A lot was written by Jane Wagner.
Right.
Her wife. And Rod Warren, who wrote Star Wars with me, he wrote a lot of her stuff. She's a genius. She inhabits all of these characters.
What's a little thing about Lily, like her process that we might not know?
Well, she has a painful process. It's a lot of working things out and mumbling around. She tells a story about when she was doing Big Business with Bet. And,
one of my favorite movie of all time.
Their processes are quite different.
Yeah.
Bet will kind of do her homework kind of privately. And when she's on the set, she's just like, she works. And Lily is, to the moment they say action, Lily is, and she said, I'd be pacing back and forth, thinking, what's this and what's that, And Bet would come over and she would be with a napkin, brushing a sandwich away from her mouth. She'd, come on, Lil, let's do it. They can't all be Oscar winners.
Oh, so good.
Of course, that's, and you see that in the movie. So.
Oh my God, what a dream. Look at her. Barbara. Now, there's a famous story about you and Barbara.
There is, she would call me to write for her, and when she decided she was going to go back to work and do a big live stage act, which is, 25, almost 30 years ago.
But that was a huge thing. She had been no concerts for years.
Hadn't done anything. She'd done a benefit for Dukakis in '88. This is the one in the backyard of the house.
Right.
It was about 30 years ago. Bet was pregnant with her 30-year-old daughter.
Wow.
So that's how long ago it was. She was in the audience, Bet, and the daughter, I suppose. And Barbara decided she was going to go do a big concert tour, and she called me to write for it. And it made an offer that was kind of low, and it turned out it was non-negotiable. And I called her back, and I said, "This is kind of low." And she had just auctioned off a whole bunch of her furniture.
Yeah,
because she was destroying one house and building another. And I said, "The offer is kind of low." And she said, "What should I do?" I said, "Sell a lamp." I wasn't asking much.
Right.
Anyway, so I told this story in a movie they made about me in 1999 called Get Bruce. And unfortunately, the press for the movie broke the same week that she was being dumped on by 3 or 4 different people for financial shenanigans, financial matters, things like that. And it got grouped in with all of that. And she hit the ceiling. And he made it up, and of course it was true, and subsequently we made up, but we're not close.
We'll never be close. She'll never take you to the mall.
We never were that close
in the basement again.
But she's a genius, and I will never tour the mall in the basement.
Shucks.
I'm so sorry, but there's that play. There's Byron Cellar. My friend wrote that, and I feel like I've been there. Yeah. I've seen it so many times.
We have one more left.
One more. The guy on your chest? Oh, no, we had him already.
No, well, we can get him. I'm sure we can have him delivered to you. Look at him.
Look at him. Oh, my God. Edna
Turnblad. Edna Turnblad.
Wow. I'm trying to remember what's on my head.
What is it?
I don't know. It looks like that trophy that got on Lucy's head.
Right.
I don't know if that was. Well, it's backstage. It's obviously. It's between Act 1 and Act 2 because that's when I wore that costume.
Right.
So I recognize that, and it was the most fabulous thing. As I say, I would do it again in a minute. It was.
I have one more that's not in here, but I really want to do. We'll just add it in later. It's Look at her, Lucille Ball.
Lucille Ball.
Another one of my top favorites. You worked with her.
I worked with her. I wrote the last thing she ever did, which was the Oscar show. That same Oscar show.
Right.
Blah, blah. She and Bob Hope came out and introduced an unfortunate musical number called Young Hollywood.
Yes.
That was written by no less than Kander and Ebb.
Wow.
And it was like the second generation Hollywood children of stars doing this big number. But it was an occasion for the two of them to get together and just kind of, just be loose and funny. And she read the script and she called me up and she said, "It's very funny, but he'll do whatever he wants to do. So I'm not even learning it." Okay, fine. And of course she had learned it, and because she was a total pro, and they had a good time doing it. And she died about a month later. Yeah. But I had worked with her on a bunch of a lot of television shows. She did specials and
all the '80s specials, right?
All those things. And she came on. She was a guest. I mean, she was like with Donnie and Marie. She did a Donnie and Marie show. I haven't seen this forever. She did, this was right after Chorus Line. It was the biggest hit on Broadway. She did the Music in the Mirror.
Really?
The Donna McKechnie red dress number.
Yeah.
Lucille Ball.
That's amazing.
That's a heavy number. That's dancing. And I mean, it was all, strategic choreography for her. But still, I mean, I think she did it because she had a lingering aftertaste of MAME.
Yeah.
And which, had been kind of a disaster.
Yeah.
And I think she wanted to show people that she can do that stuff. It didn't work in MAME, but she could put a camera on her and let her sing and dance, and she can do it.
Yeah.
And we couldn't talk her out of it. She really, really, really wanted to do it. I was kind of amazed. But she was one of Bette's early fans. She came to every Bette Midler show. She was like enthralled. And Carol Burnett later told me that she was like that with her. 10 years earlier, she had been, when Carol started, she was one of the first people to see Once Upon a Mattress, and was like her biggest supporter after that. So I had, I was very impressed. Because a lot of people are kind of, they're not interested in, they view everybody as a threat.
Right.
And she didn't.
God bless her. God bless you, Lucille Ball. I love you. And you know what? I love you, Bruce Vilanch. Thank you so much for being here. This has been like a box of delicious chocolate bites. Thank you, Bruce Vilanch, everybody. And thank you to Miss Lady Red, the beautiful. Lady Red. Couture Ambiance, and all of you, my little gay babies. We'll see you next time on Hey Qween and Look at all. Bye. Hey camera, why don't you fly away? Fly away. Oh, it's flying. There it goes.